thanks for checking out Truckstop.com.
My name's Nate, and today I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about Truckstop's load board, plus some helpful tips and tricks about how to help see the most success on our load board as a new carrier.
Once you receive your authority, most new carriers are looking for quick and easy to use solutions for these three main things: how to find reliable brokers that'll work with new authority, how to know you're getting a fair rate from the broker, and how to ensure that you can get paid within a timely fashion and have options when the broker has a higher days to pay than you would like.
In today's demo, I'm going to show you some of the solutions for all of these and more.
Truckstop is much more than just a load board. We're a freight marketplace that's designed to help with all three of these main concerns when you start out on the road. The following tools are hand-picked on the pro to act as training wheels as you get the feel for what it takes to start forming relationships with brokers and shippers. One of the first things to know before we go into any of the tools is that there's a common misconception about when it's important to get on the board. Most carriers, when we talk with them, think that they should only start using the board when they're ready to move freight. The best time to use Truckstop is actually right after you receive your authority, or 30 to 45 days before you plan to start hauling freight. This allows you to post your truck and start advertising to brokers that you're ready to run, and start forming the relationships that will establish a strong foundation as you begin your journey as a carrier. You can absolutely find brokers that work with new authority, but with the ever-changing policies of brokers, it can be tough to know which brokers work with newer carriers. By posting your truck, this gives you a leg up and allows brokers to reach out to you. Let's walk through what that looks like and a pro tip on how to get noticed. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Truckstop, and I'm going to see that any searches that I've done previously, unless I've deleted them, have stayed on the board. So I'm going to go to posting, I'm going to go to trucks, I'm going to go to post a truck, and I'm going to type in any information regarding my truck. So my different trailer options, my max weight, max length, max width, when I'm available. So if I'm not available until the 25th, I can put that so brokers know, okay, this is in the area that I'm searching for, but this person's not available. So they'll, reach out to you. They'll be able to have your information, and you can start creating those relationships and cast a wide net out. You've got your origin city that you would put in here. You've got your destination city, or you can actually do different states and provinces in the multi area here, and then any special information. So if you've been a company driver before, or you have previous experience, you can put this, and it kind of sets you apart from the ones that are brand new. Sometimes brokers will make exceptions based off of that. And then you can put the truck name, and then you just simply post your truck, and that will go out to all brokers that are searching for trucks in the area that you have posted. So pro tip number one, if the broker is in your area, don't just call them, go face to face and establish an in-person connection. When you're there, ask them what their hardest route to get covered is, and ask if you can haul it for them. Face to face is better than over the phone every time, and shows that you'll take the extra effort to get things done. So let's go ahead and dive in and do a load search here. So for purpose of demonstration, I have Houston to Mobile, Alabama, and then I have Houston to anywhere. To get there, what I do is I just go to new search, type in my equipment types. You can have up to 3 in here. So I've got flatbed, drive-in, and then I also have reefer. I've got my pickup date as any, but I can also narrow that down however I would like to. And then I've got my origin city and destination in here, as well as my deadhead radius. And right now it's showing 58 loads. So I'm simply going to click on that. It's going to automatically refresh because on our pro software, this is a live load board. And I'm going to be able to see all of the freight that's going Houston to Mobile within a 125-mile radius. And then I also have one from Houston to anywhere that you can see all of the loads that are popping up right now and where they're at. The highlight will go away after 1 minute on the board. So you're going to be able to know that these are brand new loads. And then up here, I can also extend my search out. So instead of having 3,300 loads, if I can have a deadhead radius of 250 miles, I know that there's now almost 6,600 loads available. So let's go back to our Houston to Mobile here. And what I can do is I can actually pull up this little sidecar. So here we can see the posted rates for 1,400, the per mile is $2.95, and then our Truckstop rate estimate tool has this at 1,212. So if I click in on here, I'm going to be able to know what that posted rate is. I'm going to know what the booked estimate is that we've seen. This uses machine AI that learns in real time. So this is not, or 2 weeks or 30 days. This is a live spot market rate that actually updates every 8 hours at least to be able to know exactly where you can be. So this tool, what it does is allows you to see a live spot market rate. And we'll see that since this posted rate's 1,400, our average is 1,212. This load is actually priced fairly decent. So if I call this broker, I'm probably not going to negotiate a lot with them because this is outside of the range that we're seeing on the board. But now let's take this one for instance. So there's no rate posted. As a new carrier, how do you know exactly what you're supposed to ask for when it comes to negotiation? That's what we do. We level the playing field between the broker and the carrier, and we're going to give you that rate estimate every time, even if the broker does not post a rate. So the booked estimate's 1163, the high is 1281. If you can get near that high, right, then you're going to be within about that $60 to $70 we like to see from the booked estimate. The way that we look at it, if we can help you make $50 to $60 additional for each one with a load like this, but hundreds more with over-the-road loads as well, then the software is going to pay for itself in just a few loads. So pro tip number 2, definitely know your bottom line. Every carrier has a bottom line of what you will not run for to ensure that you make a profit or at least break even. That's why it's so important to have a tool like this. So rate insights along with some optional rate views can help you see where the rates are even if a broker doesn't post them, right? So if I click on this, these are all the top rate per mile, and if I click here, these are all the top all-in rates. So when it comes time to negotiate, we're just once again trying to level that playing field as the brokers are looking at the same rate information that you are. When you call the broker, instead of them saying, well, what would you run it for, if you're asking, what the price is when there's not a load posted, and only having your bottom line to go after and what others have ran for it in the last month or so, that's not good enough. That's why we really invested our time, money, and energy into making something that gives you those spot market rates for today, because I don't even remember what I did last week, let alone 30 days ago. It's very important to be as up to date as possible and make the most amount of money. So one thing that's also very important is to make sure that you're working with brokers that you feel you can trust. So what we've done here is we have our days to pay tool. So if I click on this broker's rating and on the days to pay, it's going to pull up this Credit Stop Broker tab. So I can report the broker directly from here. I have their average days to pay, and I've got their experience factor as well. So if we click on this broker's rating, it's going to let me know that this is an A-rated broker, and it gives me the least amount of risk as shown here. There's also a legend that shows what the rest of them are. So you're going to be able to see all the way down to F and what those mean. For the days to pay trend, I can click on this and know exactly what the average broker's days to pay is. Looks like they started at 23 and they worked their way down. I can also see all of their insurance information, their authority information, their paperwork that they need in order for you to get paid, and their payment policy is all submitted by the company. Our assurance department is made up of individuals that are calling to make sure that they can maintain that experience factor and that they have updated. So as we head back to the load search, we understand that speed is the name of the game. If we scroll up to the very top of this load reviewing, we can see this star here. If we click on this, the load will be saved to our compare search list. You can have up to 5 at a time, so I'll go ahead and do that now just for purpose of demonstration. So here we have our 5, and when I click on this compare 5 loads, I'm going to be able to check the rate insights, the broker information for all 5 at once and know exactly what all of those are as shown here, just like that. Most carriers also want to make sure that they have about a 45 days worth of cash flow before they feel comfortable. So if I go back to the load summary here, we can see that their days to pay is 24, right? So Truckstop Factoring can help you get there and goes hand in hand with the security that we provide on our board by letting you type in the company MC and seeing right off the bat if they're factorable or not. With Truckstop Factoring being true non-recourse, you can ensure that you get paid up to next day no matter what, even if the broker has issues paying within the time frame they promised. You can also pick and choose which brokers you want to factor with, and there's no monthly minimum amount needed to factor. Our short 30-day rolling agreement will help you be able to stay flexible in an ever-evolving industry with peace of mind that the money you earn will stay where it belongs, with you. So now that I've read through all the details, I'm going to pick whatever load looks best and I can call them directly from the app. We do have an app called Truckstop Go, or I can simply email them or I can call them from my cell. What I can also ensure that I can do is if I'm looking for freight on the way back, I can simply just flip this. So instead of Houston to mobile, I can do mobile to Houston and be able to search for freight on the way back to ensure that I don't have to deadhead. Lastly, we understand that you can't spend all this time on your computer. I touched on our app. It is called Truckstop Go. So just open up the app, start a new load search, and see the loads in the area that pop up directly on your phone. And new to Truckstop, you can actually save a lane and subscribe to notifications on your phone. And just like a text message, new load notifications will pop up directly on your cell. You can also see rate insights for any of these lanes directly on the app as well. I appreciate your time. Please reach out to us if you have any additional questions or would like to get signed up. and start searching for freight and on the path to creating those relationships. At Truckstop, we're in it for the long haul and we'll be with you every step of the way. Until next time, my name's Nate. Keep on trucking.